This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to do a bit of a custom kit bash. I decided I wanted to make my own customized version of Tomax and Xamot using a Crimson Guard body, and so that's what we're going to do here today. I've already done Xamot, so I'm doing Tomax now. So I've already got his body soaking in hot water to loosen up the joints so I can pull them apart, and that's what we're going to do first. Uh, Hopefully my microphone doesn't give out because it sounds like it's getting ready to. Stick that body in there for there. Now. Remove the legs. I've already loosened up the his belt and cod piece because it's glued onto the diaper, but it's easy enough to break that glue. So let's get his legs off of here. We'll need those like that. And the last part is we want to get his arms out. And that actually went a lot smoother than the previous one I did. While we've got the Crimson Guard body soaking still, I'm going to make some modifications. The first of which is I'm going to cut the cod piece off of the belt. And I'm using my little plastic nippers for model building to do that. A utility knife or an X-Acto knife might work better, give you a cleaner cut, but at the same time, might not give you a cleaner cut. And I don't know why it missed that little corner there. So now we have the belt without the cod piece. And the other thing I wanted to do is cut the fins off of the kneecaps off of the boots. And I'm going to follow the inside there again with the plastic nippers. And assuming I don't end up having to do a voiceover here, you might actually be able to hear the clipping going through. Ta-da! Unfortunately, well, we gotta trim a little bit more here to get rid of some of that red. So I'll leave that in there because I don't think I can clean that off and have it look good. And already the plastic is kind of hardening in the air. Take a quick look at the front. See if there's anything else we need to trim. So that gives us our boots and our belt and the arms. We will take the Crimson Guard body out, and we will throw these three parts back in there as we, well, crap. This is not cooperating. I guess maybe I didn't have that in there long enough. We'll also take the belt off of him, which actually might have been easier to do if I pulled the legs off. Yeah, let's pull the leg off. Boom. By the way, I noticed the V's on here, so I wonder if these are the Crimson Guard are also considered officer class. Actually, we'll mount both the legs off here in the near future. I think I'm going to have to heat up the arms a bit more. Crap. Okay. All right. I didn't want to use pliers, but I can't get a good enough grip on here. Yeah, I really didn't want to damage the arm in case I could find another use for them, but the entire butterfly joint wanted to come off on that one. Stick that back in place. We'll have to heat up those joints again a little bit longer. And I'm surprised at how fast that water has cooled off. However, we can now do the boots real quick while we let that keep going. So right foot, or left foot, left leg. I think I'm going to have to get some more hot water. Alright, so I went and I got some more hot water because everything is going very poorly at the moment. Well, let's go ahead and try the feet again here. There we go. I didn't have this much trouble the first time I did this. Now I'll have to stick the leg back in there. Ow, 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 hot. And we'll stick that leg back in there. Scoop out the torso. Ow. Water is dripping everywhere and burning me. Okay, we got the arms in place. Let's grab the belt. Okay, so this isn't the easiest part to do because this diaper is a little thicker than the one that came on the regular body. But we can work it up. Get it at his waist, like so. Fish out one of the legs. Attach it to the hip. Fish out the other leg. Attach to the other hip. When I had first come up with the idea of making the custom Tomax and Xamot, my original thought had been just to replace the heads on the Crimson Guard bodies, just to have them be Crimson Guard variations. But then when I did that, I was like, well, maybe I should change their arms too. And then after I did that, I'm like, okay, now their equipment's not set up the same because I can't switch out the knife sheath and the gun sheath or holster. So then I can't have them doing the opposite thing like they usually do. So that's when I decided I needed to switch out the boots and the belt. So here we got Tomax, and we got Xamot. The only thing that I wish I could, and I think this would take more effort than I could really put into it. If I could switch the palps on there, that would be kind of cool. But there's no way to switch this to the other side. So we'll just have to go with that. But then that's the main part of their uniforms anyway. So I think we can go along with that remaining the same. And I don't think I can get these two to stand up. No, anyway. He is the one I did previously, so we can still stick the boot knife in there and the knife over here. Unfortunately, the knife that comes with the Crimson Guard does not actually fit in the sheaths that came with Tomax and Xamot. Otherwise, I would have kept one of those in the holsters as well, instead of doing both the Chris knives. Or the Serpentine Blade, however you want to call it. But with this, I now have a pair of custom Crimson Guard commanders. Or in this case, maybe they would be considered, maybe that's prior to them being the commanders, and instead this is as they are. Maybe they're Crimson Guard lieutenants at this point. Crimson Guard officers. Either way, I do like the custom look I've created here. I mean, there are some things that I would like to improve, perhaps. Maybe I can work those off, but I'd be kind of afraid of. There is some damage that is done when you try to pull off the glue that holds these things in place. So taking the glue off, trying to pull those off of the glue there might not work too well. Oh, I don't have a backpack with me. Because the other thing I was thinking about doing with the backpack is if I can kind of work the peg for the gun off the one side and glue it to the other side and then drill a hole in it for the sword, I can have the backpacks be opposite as well, leaving only basically the command braids and the medals as the only thing that are the same on the two of them. But again, I mean, it is still kind of an army-esque uniform or a military uniform, so certain things should be the same on them, right? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will add some pictures of the comparisons with the regular Crimson Guards and the regular Tomax and Xamot, and even the Crimson Tomax and Xamot for comparison for sure. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this kit bash design. Peace and love.